for news that's short, sharp and
Are
shrewd.
you talking about the podcast or me?
Both.
Backhanded compliment.
This is Up Late with Ben Harvey. You own a gun?
No. You?
No.
I think we're the only ones that don't. Have a go at this map.
Looks like your computer has chicken pox.
Each dot represents a registered firearm. Handguns are green and rifles and shotguns are blue. 350,000 weapons in WA in January, up from nearly 220,000 in 2009. That's Mariupol spec firepower. Why do we need this many guns?
Beats me.
I can kind of understand the concentration in farming areas of the state. But the Golden Triangle? Why is Dalkeith packing that much heat? Can't all be for skeet shooting on the country estate.
Halt!
It makes sense in ghetto burbs like Kwinana.
I'm gonna fix his wagon.
You'd be nuts not to carry if you go to the Motorplex. That's like going to the Thunderdome unarmed.
Dying times here.
But why does someone in Claremont need to be tooled up like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix? For a duel after someone's cut your grass at Club Bayview?
Your challenge is accepted. Huh? I agree to the duel, sir. I choose pistols at dawn.
The weird thing is the number of gun owners in WA has dropped over the past 13 years, but the number of firearms has gone up by 120,000.
That's up 60%.
It's the same increase as the price of petrol, which on Wednesday will hit another record high. Cheap Ass Tuesday's a serious game now.
Who could afford ammo?
Each gun owner in WA now has 4 weapons, which Police Minister Paul Papalia reckons is a bit high. Paul's the guy holding the rifle and trying to hide his boner because nothing pleases a police minister more than looking tough with the cops. The block of flats that's behind him is Deputy Police Commissioner Cole Blanche, the owner of the most expressive face in Australian law enforcement.
Show me happy. Sad. Silly.
Paul's going to overhaul the Firearms Act because he rightly points out that it's a bit when it's harder to get a skipper's ticket than a gun licence.
Yeah, I'm with him on that.
So am I. He also wants to make it harder for convicted crims and bikies to get firearms.
I'm with him on that as well.
That sounds good, but does anyone really think an outlaw motorcycle gang member is going to shoot someone using a gun that's registered in their own name? Criminals steal their weapons so the bullets can't be traced. And that's where we have a problem because, as Papalia again rightly points out, a lot of these weapons are just lying around waiting to be pinched, something that the map issued by police has made a lot easier. Many legal guns end up on the black market because firearm owners are not storing their weapons properly. So we should all hope that as part of this review, the Minister looks hard at the penalty for failing to secure your gun.
Not everyone will be happy.
Well, the problem with gun nuts is they're nuts. For every responsible sports shooter out there, there seems to be some prepper who's convinced they are coming for them.
If I didn't have this gun, the King of England could just walk in here anytime he wants and start shoving you around.
Remember John Howard's crackdown after Port Arthur? The Prime Minister of Australia wears a bulletproof vest because there's a credible threat someone might take a shot at him. There are a lot of crazies out there. Having said that, do we need the tactical response group to be there when the police minister's having his photo taken? We have the TRG and the gang response team in every political photo shoot at the moment. That never used to be the case. This is a new thing. That's Attorney General John Quigley talking about his new bikie laws, and he's got someone in a bulletproof vest behind him at the press conference. What do you think's going to happen, John? A coffin cheater's going to break into police headquarters and get you in the Waypole media room?
It could happen.
I have never seen the WA Police Force politicised the way it's been in the past couple of years. Carl O'Callaghan and Colin Barnett had a very healthy distrust of one another because Carl was openly going after the government for not investing in the social services that stop people interacting with police. Before Carl, we had Barry Matthews. Matthews and Michelle Roberts hated each other's guts. You reckon Grace Tame's got a good stink eye? Have a go at this. She wanted to get rid of him because he never did as he was told, didn't like him at all. And as you can see from Barry's secret finger gesture, the feeling was mutual. Michelle also had a healthy disdain for Barry's predecessor, Bob Falconer, and Bob didn't much care for Michelle's predecessor, Kevin Prince. Now, we've got this very cosy relationship between Chris Dawson and Mark McGowan. Our police chiefs used to arrest premiers. Now they're formulating public health policy with them. Cops and government shouldn't be this close. because that can lead to things like 10 police being sent to raid the home of someone suspected of embarrassing the government by telling us about endemic problems at the Department of Communities.
Probably better ways for cops to use their time.
Getting their legal briefs in order, for example. There was a quiet court appearance in Armidale today by a guy whose name might ring a bell.
David Pye.
David Pye.
David Pye.
David Pye.
David Pye.
David Pye. Here's a little crime scoop for Up Late viewers. Police have dropped charges against the man accused of orchestrating the murder of Nick Martin. But not the important murder conspiracy charges, something to do with his mobile phone.
Ah, that's just shameless clickbait.
6 charges relating to data access orders have been discontinued against Pye, and he's been awarded $3,126 in costs. When Dave was arrested in the King Street car park last year, the cops wanted to see what was on his phone. Records of large cash payments, schematics of Perth Motorplex, search history for assassins for hire on Facebook Marketplace, that kind of thing. They politely asked Pye for the code, and Pye politely told them to get
Yeah, give me the phone.
Said there was personal stuff about his partner and kids, and he didn't trust the cops to do the righty with that information, so no deal.
Completely honourable.
The cops got a court order to force him to give them the code, not only to that phone, but also 6 others they found at his house. Dave, being the staunch 1%er that he is, told the cops to get again, so they charged him.
That's it, you're under arrest.
Case closed.
He pleaded guilty to one of the charges, the one that related to the phone he was carrying when the cops nabbed him in the car park, but his lawyer, WA bikie whisperer Paul Holmes, was contesting the others. On those charges, the cops have now flown the white flag. Let's see if gun owners will do the same. I'm Ben Harvey. If you'd like to watch Up Late with me, Ben Harvey, search for The West Australian on YouTube.